Hi, my name is Kat Wilson, and I'm here in Portland, but you can reach me online here. And I'm thinking about women and self-care. Over the past year, I've held women's circles where we talked about what was important to us. And I'm realizing more and more how little we take care of ourselves. Well, I'd like to start a conversation with you and introduce you to a concept of joining me online for a conversation. So let me bring up just a couple of thoughts and let's just chat here for a couple of minutes. When I look at a sunflower, I think about all the amazing seeds that are inside of the flower. Isn't it beautiful? It's golden and seeds that can grow hundreds, if not thousands of flowers. But you know, if it doesn't get enough sunshine and water, nourishment from the earth, it won't last very long. And I believe that women are like sunflowers, and that's where we're starting this conversation on self-care for women. Let me ask you a few questions. Are you a woman who takes care of others before you? I know many times I'll make sure that rooms are clean, food is available, and it feels comfortable at home. But I may be so tired when I'm making a holiday dinner that I don't get around to taking care of myself. Instead, I'm rushing around making sure everybody else is happy. That's not self-care. Do you find that your to-do list is longer than your day? Every single day, every single week, I make a to-do list, and I actually make a chart every single day on what I need to do. But do I get it all done? No. Seems like my to-do list is a lot longer than the energy or the time that I have to do things. Well, that's not self-care. Do you feel depleted by noon? I mean, I get up at 5:30 in the morning and I have many things that are on my list that I have to take care of. But you know, there's a number of hours between 5 and 12. I mean, if you really think about it, right? There's at least 7 hours. Can't you just stop in between, take a few breaks? Your brain makes changes every 90 to 120 minutes, shifting from left to right. You need to do something to let yourself relax and get into the transition. You know, another thing that can happen is brain freeze. I was doing all of this paperwork and working with all these numbers, and finally I just sat back and, I just couldn't think anymore. Well, that's a signal. That's a signal that your brain has said, great, you've gotten this done. Now I'm going to take time out for me. So, isn't it time for self-care? Now, here's the other thing. When you take breaks, do you rest? Or are you checking emails or social media? Or are you balancing your checkbook? Well, breaks are for self-care. Whether you're going for maybe an outing and maybe even just having a glass of water. I already feel better by taking a sip of water. Getting up, going for a walk. Once again, that little 10-minute, 15-minute break in between can make the difference in how you feel. Or maybe there's other things that make you feel good. But that's for the conversation. That's where we can start. We have a right brain, we have a left brain, and to achieve balance, we need to have taking time out. Did you know you also have a body? Well, a walk can serve you even better than sitting in a chair. Getting up, moving around, and if you can't get up and move around too much, at least take a big stretch, or even better yet, do some meditation. It's all a part of self-care. That's right. So, when we think about kids and the way that kids can relax, they go off to a playground and have some fun. Maybe they run along a pathway. Do you remember the movie Bueller's Day Off? Well, maybe it's time for you to cut off on the main trail, find something new and crazy and more wonderful to do. Or even better, go off with some friends. Friends that are any shape and size that just make you feel as though you can dance or get into a wonderful different state of mind. A gathering of other good spirits can really give you a lift up. Playgrounds, pathways, and gatherings are great experiences. Women need a place to go when a day turns dark. But you got to plan ahead so that you know about a place to go, what you can do. The first thing I would encourage you to do is when it comes time for self-care, if your face feels like it's getting kind of long, then stop, smile, and breathe. No matter if you feel blurry or if you feel like you're so full of all kinds of stuff from hard work, or even if you've been on a long walk at the beach, stop, smile, and breathe. Feels better already, doesn't it? Women Who Bloom has been a circle who has been meeting at Apositiva on the second and fourth Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. That's Pacific time here. And we've been having lots of conversations. I can't tell you what we've talked about because we consider it private. What we talk about stays there. But the conversations have convinced me that it's time that we don't just talk to the wall and take everything that the wall says. We need to actually start listening to ourselves. We need to take time to stop and smell the flowers and appreciate with mindfulness those people who are close to us that we love. You know, you don't want to see your life go by so that all you're doing is really looking in the rearview mirror all the time, looking at where you've been and not knowing where you're going forward. So I invite you to go ahead and put on your artist cap, and it's time to join me. Let's start a conversation for women and self-care. Join me, Kat Wilson, at Apositiva online, and all you have to do is sign up on the link that you'll see that's connected with this video. You can reach me at the website of www.apositiva.com and look for the Play Shop. We're actually going to be doing some pretty cool things. Like, for instance, think about designing the life that you dream. I can't even begin to tell you that you're worth it, even though you really are. But you can. You can begin with a little bit of self-care. Join me online and have a conversation with me. Let's find out what self-care really means. And you can come and meet me in Portland, Oregon for the day that we put together a self-care kit. I'm looking forward to meeting you. In the meantime, I hope that you take care of yourself, have a good day, and contact me as soon as you're ready.